a chairperson who is or has been a Chief Justice of the High Court, or a judge of the High Court, or an eminent person who fulfills the eligibility specified in Clause B of subsection 3. And B states such number of members not exceeding 4, out of whom 50% shall be judicial members. So here, in clause A of subsection 2, after the semicolon, which says subsection 3, the word or will replace and. Okay. And there are other amendments, namely clause B of subsection 2, such number of members not exceeding 4, out of whom 50% shall be judicial members, now will read as such number of members not exceeding 4, instead 4, that's it, full stop, not 4, and it just says or. Okay, so these are the few changes that are being proposed in subsection 3. Then the other change is after clause B of subsection 2, following clause C. So it only had A and B subclauses. Now C is being inserted, which shall basically say a chairperson and such number of members not exceeding 4. After subsection 4 of clause 3 of section 3, the following subsection 5 will be inserted, namely 5 will mention here. Now it only has 4. The 5th clause will mention, notwithstanding anything contained in the provision of this act or any other law for the time being in force, the Lok Ayukta shall be deemed to be constituted upon the appointment of a chairman or a member. Then there are other clauses. I don't think I'll go through all of them. There are some typos which are being corrected, and anyway, you will come to know about it. So do you want me to read through all the amendments? Huh? Yeah. So the second agenda which was taken up in the cabinet was regarding the proposal to amend the Meghalaya Sales of Petroleum and Petroleum Products, including Motor Spirit Taxation Act. So there were a few things which were brought to the notice of the department when the act was being previously we had gone through this review, and in which as you all know that the Meghalaya electric vehicle policy was notified on the 5th of February 2020 and has come into force from 1st of March 2021, and has come into effect from 1st of March to 1st of April and will come into effect from 1st of April 2021. So it was decided to levy an additional cess of 10 paise per litre of petrol and diesel sold within the state. Now presently sales surcharge stands at 2%, which is levied on tax payable on sale of petrol and diesel under the provisions of section 3A of the Meghalaya Sales of Petroleum and Petroleum Products, including Motor Spirit Taxation Act. To implement the proposal in the Meghalaya Electric Vehicle Policy 2021 for funding of incentives, it is proposed to substitute the section 3A surcharge on sale by a new provision, namely pollution surcharge on sale, to provide for the levy of pollution surcharge on sale of petrol and diesel, empowering the state government to prescribe the rate of pollution surcharge on sale by way of notification effective from 1st of April 2021 to coincide with the effective date of the Meghalaya Electric Vehicle Policy 2021. Thereby we will be omitting the existing 3A revision of rates as inserted in clause 2 of para 3 of the Meghalaya Taxation Amendment Act, Laws Amendment Act 1998. It is also proposed to insert new section 44A in the Meghalaya Sales of Petroleum and Petroleum Products, including Motor Spirits Taxation Act, to save the actions taken or orders issued in exercise of the powers conferred under section 3 of the Act. Therefore, This proposal was brought to the cabinet for its approval, and this was discussed, and this agenda was passed by the cabinet today. So that's the second agenda.
Can we ask question now or after the?
Afterwards. The third, yeah, I know. The third agenda which was taken up was regarding the Meghalaya amendment of the education code, regarding the conduct and discipline of the employees of the aided educational institutions. Existing rules regarding conduct and discipline of the employees of aided educational institution allows teachers of aided educational institutions to offer himself or herself as a candidate for election to the legislative bodies. In fact, Rule 6 and 7 of the aforesaid rule reads as follows. Number 6, that is, no employee shall offer himself as a candidate for election to a legislative body or for holding office of any political organization except in accordance with provision of Rule 7, that provided that an employee may seek election as an independent candidate of a panchayat with the previous approval of the managing committee, but he shall not be entitled to accept any office thereunder except in accordance with the provisions of Rule 7. Rule 7 states, any employee desiring to seek election to legislative body or to hold office of any political organization or local body shall be on compulsory leave without pay from the date of filing his nomination till the end of the next academic session or till the termination of the terms of his office to which he may be elected, as the case may be. Such employee, however, shall not be allowed to retain a lien on his part for a period exceeding 5 years. So this matter was placed before the cabinet on the 4th of November 2020. This was deferred since we had to seek the legal opinion of the learned AG, and the opinion of the learned Advocate General was obtained, and the proposed amendment to Rules 6 and 7 of the Education Code may be made by the government, and the same is permitted by the provisions of the Meghalaya School Education Act 1981, and it is in compliance with the provisions of the Constitution of India. Further, no amendment is required in the schedule to prevention of disqualification members of the Legislative Assembly of Meghalaya Act 1972 for achieving the said purpose. So this was the opinion given by the learned AG, and this was placed for the amendment to Rules 6 and 7 of the Education Code, and this matter was was discussed in the cabinet and was passed. Okay, so this is the third agenda which was taken up. Then the fourth agenda which was discussed was regarding the Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2021. I'll just run through the brief on this, and if there are any questions, Honorable Minister is there to take it once I finish my briefing. So the fourth agenda which was taken up was regarding the fifth agenda which was taken up was regarding the Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2021. As you all know, the bylaws were amended during 2011, bringing in a techno-legal regime and earthquake-resistant features complying with the codal provisions on structural design of buildings. The Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2011 was further amended in 2015 to clearly define the basement floor, allowing parking spaces at any floor with a maximum of 4 floors, that is 14 meters, and 5 floors, that is 17 meters, with basement for service and parking. In 2016, the Government of India had notified the Model Building Bylaws 2016, and the states were instructed to amend their respective building bylaws in line with the Model Bylaws. So we filed, the Government of Meghalaya filed an affidavit in the Honorable Supreme Court of India in writ petition that relevant provisions of Part 4, that is Fire and Life Safety of the National Building Code 2016, be incorporated in the Meghalaya Building Bylaws amendments. So the introduction of the Meghalaya Building Bylaw 2021 was also one of the requirements to be carried out as part of the Amrut program. And in view of the above mentioned, whatever I've mentioned just now, suggested provisions have been examined in the context of their relevance and applicability to the state, and accordingly the relevant provisions required for the state have been incorporated in the new Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2021. The bylaws proposes, if you have any questions you can ask Honorable Minister, but I'll just quickly briefly go through it. Coverage, applicability of extent, authorities, the total number of stories permissible, the case of special projects where plot areas above 50,000 square feet or up to 7 stories, buildings within city center zones can be permitted up to 7 floors with 27 meters high. On matters relating to car parking provisions, cities and towns are facing a strain. Therefore, the new bylaws has proposed that an affidavit needs to be submitted by the building owner to the effect that he or she will not change or convert the use of parking spaces in the building or plot, so on and so forth. The Building Bylaws 2021 seeks to bring into correct perspective the anomalies of the previous bylaws in order to render easier interpretation of the bylaws, taking into account the nature of our local topography, infrastructural, social, economic requirements, etc., and more importantly, the implementation of the bylaws by the autonomous district councils and their agencies. So all these were discussed at length, and after the deliberations, the cabinet has passed the agenda for this, and the Building Bylaws 2021 is passed by the cabinet. And lastly, the Meghalaya State Health Policy was placed before the cabinet for discussion, and in this, as you all know, that the process of the state health policy has been going on. A lot of discussions, suggestions, views of stakeholders, consultations have taken place, and finally we have the health department has been able to come up with a state health policy, and this was discussed. A presentation was given by the health department, and we are very, very optimistic about the state health policy, and this has also been passed by the state cabinet.